Hey guys, this is Johnny Smash for the JS League of Legends channel again, and today I am doing a Morgana commentary. And I got a new audio program so I don't have to like count down the timer to sync the audio and stuff, so that's kind of cool. And also you can see I'm like starting the game from the laning phase instead of like waiting like 2 minutes for the game to actually start. But Morgana, looks like I'm just laning against Teemo here. Like, Morgana's starting health is pretty low, so I'm usually not that aggressive this early. But after I get a couple levels, I just like farm those creeps like mad with her W skill and stuff. And this was like me and my friend queued for this game at the same time. He's the Blitzcrank on my team. And also you're gonna see here with this guide, this Morgana guide, it's like an old guide, but it always worked well for me. So there's some guides that I just always liked, but I don't know, this guide has Mage's Soulstealer in it, and like I've said before, I'm not a huge fan of that item for obvious reasons. It's kind of like a win more item, and I don't know, but yeah, this guide recommends you get a few levels of the W early, just enough to like farm up those creeps, and Morgana's pretty good at farming. She's good at AoE damage, and her Q ability is it's kind of like one of the closest things in the game to a blitz hook, because it's just, you shoot that thing long range, and if you catch somebody with it, they're stunned for pretty long, so a lot of times it can be like a blitz hook, but nothing truly is like a blitz hook. The only ability of hers I'm not a huge fan of is the Black Shield. I'm not bad at using it at all. I don't know, it's just not that interesting to me. I mean, sometimes you can do cool stuff, like if you see Cyan throwing his like stun at you, you can Black Shield yourself like super fast. But I mean, I don't know, like her once you lay down her W and activate her ultimate, like it doesn't really matter that much whether you're CC'd or not. But I mean, it's good for like team support and stuff. But oh, and I should say, this guide, one of the things I like about this guide, it recommends you get teleport, and that when you get 500 gold, like you start with Meki Pendant, and then when you get 500 gold, you just recall, get your Chalice of Harmony, and then teleport back to your lane. And of course that puts teleport down for a while, but it gives you pretty much infinite mana to farm creeps, and Morgana's pretty dang good at farming, so I like that suggestion. And yeah, I think in this guide it recommends you get 3 levels of the W early, and then you just max out your Q, then your W. I might have messed up and started leveling my Q first, but 3 levels of the Q is enough to like farm up those creeps. And that's another thing about the E ability. Like, one of the things about this game is like, whatever ability is the worst, like, I'm not gonna say it's the worst ability, but whatever ability you level last, it always ends up, like, obviously you're gonna do that with your worst ability generally. There's some abilities that you're gonna do that because they scale, like you only need 1 level for it to be good, and I guess Black Shield is kind of like that, but it's like, if your worst ability, if it's your worst ability and you're leveling it less than your other abilities, then it makes it just even worse, and that makes a lot of characters feel like one of their abilities just doesn't matter that much during a lot of the game. But I mean, that's not true all the time. There's lots, it really depends on how you look at it. But I mean, since you don't level the E until like more than 1 level till like the very end of the game, if like it's not going to prevent that much magic damage. I mean, I guess you'll get some from AP, but you're just going to use it to stop the CCs pretty much. So I think I'm going to go to gank down here because the bottom lane's getting pushed. It's always good to keep an eye on the lanes, and if one lane's having trouble, like, you can't really even gank unless it's pushed back to your tower. You can't have a really effective gank. And I tried to lead the shot there. I think I did this in the other video. Fortunately, we got Kog'Maw. I mean, as long as we get one. And we got first blood, so that's like a kill and a half. And I got the kill, but yeah, I forget who I was playing with before that I was like leading the shot. Yeah, it was a Nivea. Like before, like they're only gonna start running back if they notice I'm there. So if I walk out of the bush for like half a second, I can't just assume they instantly know I'm there and I try to shoot it behind them. I should have just shot it right at them. So that was a little dumb. I don't know if we could have gotten 2 kills if I would have done it differently, because we killed Kog'Maw anyway. So who knows? But you always got to keep that, like, little things like that in mind. And it's crazy, like, how bad people are in this game at leading shot, like even just leading shots. Like if someone's like moving in a really predictable pattern, like at an angle to them, like you'll see them just shoot the shot directly at where the enemy is, like at that moment, instead of trying to lead the shot. And you see that happen so much. It gets kind of like annoying and confusing that they can't even like figure that out. It's weird. But then there's times where you shouldn't lead the shots, like I said. Oh, and I found out something kind of interesting that you guys might be interested in, which is there's some website. Oh man, I can't even remember the name. I'm gonna like look at it, bring up the website while I'm doing this. Oh, it's lolbase.net, lolbase.net, and on there you can find your normal elo. Apparently it'll say your normal elo. I don't know how accurate this is, but it says mine is 1576. So, I mean, looking at around at my friends' elos, it looks like, oh yeah, so I was just going for another gank here. I mean, pretty standard, just, we got Kog'Maw again. It's always funny to get the same person over and over, because then his team will start whining at him. Even though it's not truly his fault, although it doesn't feel like everybody's playing at the top level here. Because I mean, obviously they didn't have any wards. They probably weren't paying attention to MIAs as much as they should have been. They're pushing the lane too hard. But anyways, this lolbase.net, it says my elo is 1576. Looking at like my friends and other people's normal elos, it seems like it has about the same range as ranked. Like the bad people will be like 900 and the good people would be like 1700 or more. I mean, this game has a huge elo range compared to some games, but yeah, so my elo is pretty not horrible. I mean, I haven't really played enough ranked to know exactly what's good. I think isn't like 1400 average in this game. Oh, that was funny. The mushroom stopped my Q. That was dumb. But yeah, one of the things I like about Morgana is like she has like what 35% spell vamp from her passive or something. I don't even remember if it scales with level, but you can just get her life back so much, and sometimes if you have enough damage, you can even tank in team fights. Like, because your ult does so much AoE damage, and then if a lot of them are sitting on your W, and then your Q does good single target damage pretty much. So I've had team fights where like a bunch of people target me, and even though I get like CC'd and stuff, I'm just seeing so much damage that like it's just taking too long to kill me for like a caster that does a lot of damage. Like it wasn't worth it for them to attack me. So she's pretty tanky for a caster overall. She's more focused on, oh gosh, I don't really know what I could have done differently there, because he was kind of moving back then moving forward, and I don't know, he's moving in an unpredictable way, and you can't guarantee a skill shot when they're moving unpredictably like that. But I don't know, maybe I did it wrong. Maybe I should have just casted it before I came out of the bushes. I'm not really sure. Oh yeah, got you, Timo. If I really wanted to, I probably could have killed him by running up, using my ult, igniting him, and then make him have to run through my W, and then I might have been able to like use my Q to finish him off, or just the ult does so much damage it might have finished him off with ignite. But I don't know, I didn't really want to use up my ult there, because when you are playing characters like this or a Mumu, you really got to be careful not to use your your AoE ults on single target kills too much, I mean, it can be a big deal to get that early game advantage when you use your AoE ults on the enemies, but like if you feel like the laning phase is gonna last a while, or it's near the beginning of the laning phase, like go for it, get those kills, because that'll make all the difference later. But I don't know, it's like 12 minutes into the game. The laning phase could end any moment. Fortunately, this Teemo isn't ganking the side lanes or doing anything really tricky. What's the score right now? 2-1. And see, I'm just farming up here. Morgana has a lot of the traits. Ooh, she has all of the traits that I like in a character, like kind of like a Nivea, where she can deal a lot of AoE damage. She can do tricky stuff to get random kills, like hit people with her Q. And she can gain a lot of life back easily, which is something a Nivea can't really do, although Nivea has her passive, so. I actually just found out, I think they nerfed Nivea. I think they finally made her ult actually cost mana instead of, like, it has like an initial cost of like 100 mana, and then it's 70 mana a second. I think that's what it is, so you can't just spam it over and over. So Nivea is pretty mana intensive anyway, so it's... Oh, my other friend's in this game. Huh. That Sona is my other friend. I wonder if these other two people are my friends. Is this the game where I queued up with 5 of my friends? I do not remember. Oh, here's my friend coming to gank. This guy's like just a hilarious blitz. Like, we both shot our skill shot in the same direction at the same time, but Teemo must have been swerving around or something. But I don't know, my friend has been playing Blitz forever. Like, I don't think he can even pull Dragon out of its spot before, but he like used to do that, and like before people really thought of it that much. I mean, this was like more than 6 months ago, and like of course pulling people through walls near the fountain, I mean that's not that weird, but I don't know, he likes to think of some crazy strategies. I don't know how someone can play like one character so much. Like, out of all the games he's played, out of all the games he's... Oh, here I go to gank. That was a badly aimed W. Like, that barely hit him. Oh yeah, this is a game with 5 of my friends. That's funny. Oh, went in for the kill. I'm getting farmed here. But the sad thing is my Mejai's Soulstealer only has 3 3 charges, so I might as well have gotten the 860 gold item, 60 gold more than the Soulstealer recipe, and it's like I already have 5 charges all the time because it gives you that much AP as having 5 charges on the Soulstealer. So I don't know, I'm not really a big fan of Soulstealer overall. I like Rod of Ages a lot more. Maybe I should just get Rod of Ages. But Soulstealer is more of a... Is my thing freezing? Do we see freezing right now? I don't know what's going on. When I go to editing, I will probably cut this out. Okay. Okay, well that wasn't that long. So... I don't know what the deal with that was there. I might have alt-tabbed and it like froze stuff because I was buying items, and I alt-tab a lot to look at guides to buy items. I always like to have a good guide to go by, as you guys know. And I'll post up this guide that I used. But yeah, my friends, you might think, oh, this is just like, what do you call it, a pub stomp. You just queued up with 4 of your friends, but I don't know, my friends... normal elos, I think the lowest one was 900, and then we got like an 1100, 1400 something, and I'm 16.